Hello and welcome to this, our Russia 2018 preview. I'm Tom, you may recognise me from the FM show, and I'm joined today by Steve from Scouted Football. Hello Steve, are you well?
I'm very well, thank you.
Good stuff. We're going to be here over the next 5 days, picking out the players that we think will catch the eye at this year's tournament. So join us an hour before kick-off in the first group match of every day, and we'll be giving you our expert insights into the players that you should be keeping an eye out for. Don't forget as well, if you do find some players that you think, I'd quite like to manage him, well, the good news is that Football Manager is now available at a discounted price of up to 66% off. So there's no better time to get involved and get your managerial suit out of the cupboard. And also, don't forget to keep an eye on the Football Manager Instagram, where we'll be giving away a few prizes here and there throughout the tournament. So if you want to win something good, then get on there. But we're here to discuss Group A of the tournament, so let's get straight down to business. So the first player we've picked out, and it's someone that I think we both know pretty well, is Rodrigo Bentancur, who obviously, plies his trade in Italy these days. Steve, what do you know about him?
Well, he's really industrious midfielder, has a great tank, loves to run, industrious. But on the ball, he plays really simple, always tries to keep it tidy, nothing too extravagant. Yeah. And he suits the midfield they're going to run as well.
Yeah, I mean, in FM you can see that he's a strong all-rounder for a start. Yeah. You mentioned about his ability to just run all day long, and that's something that stands out as well. Also, very good technically. Yeah. He's got a good first touch.
He's tidy.
Yeah, and I think, like you say, I mean, he's part of a young midfield, so I think having that mix of that stamina as well as technical ability that can maybe create one or two chances for that front line could be the key to unlocking a few of the defences in that.
But he still has that steeliness that his nation is very well known for.
Yes, indeed, and I think that's something that you're going to see as well with another player we picked out, Torreira, who's another player who's actually plying his trade in Italy and has a very good season.
Yeah, he's been excellent in Italy. Plays deep as the deepest midfielder in a midfield three for his club. But different to Bentancur, he's a player that likes to be a bit more extravagant in possession, likes to play line-breaking passes, but at the same time, he's very assured defensively, loves to put in strong challenges and scuttles around and protects the back four really, really nicely.
Yeah, I mean, in FM, we've got him with a 16 for passing and a 15 for tackling, which shows you that he's almost sort of the perfect defence midfielder. He's a sort of someone that you could just shove into any team in the world and he'd do a good job. So I think, if he can produce those sort of performances on the international stage, then it could be a very good tournament for him indeed. And
he's chipped in with a few goals this season as well, especially from long range. He's quite dangerous. Can take free kicks as well. So I'm not sure if he will for his nation, but he's another one to look out for as they try to push on in probably one of the easiest groups in the tournament.
So the next player on the list is Aleksey Golovin, and he's someone who's really started to shine not just at club level but also on the international stage as well. And he's someone who I think we both agreed that likes to push forward and could really become a focal point for his nation in what is a group that they would hope to make out of.
Yeah, he's probably their best player. You've seen in Europe this season with some really excellent performances. Pushing forward from midfield, driving forward, excellent dribbler, loves to push into the channels wide and kind of create from there, playing passes into the box, but is still comfortable throughout the entire midfield and likes to control that area.
Yeah, I mean, one of the problems that he's going to have, I think, is just the pressure that's on him as you say, probably the best player in the host nation. So. Do you reckon he's going to be someone who can cope with that? Do you reckon he's going to be able to lift his game up a level to meet that expectation? Or do you think maybe he might struggle?
Well, he's already copes with that at club level, and it is a big step up then playing for the host nation at such a big tournament. But I think he's the kind of player that will shine in these kind of circumstances, especially because he is going to be that attacking focal point. He's going to be the one player that they're going to send forward even when they're trying to sit back and defend, which was probably what they're going to be doing a lot of the time. He'll be the one that's given license to roam, license to do his thing, and license to link up midfield and attack.
Yeah, I think as well. You look at his technical ability, and he's pretty speedy as well. I mean, he's no slouch on that front. So he has got the skill set. I think that when you look at the rest of the teams in the group, he's got the skill set. I think that can really help his team unlock some of those defences, and as you say, he's going to be the one pushing forward. And I think that a lot of the teams in that group maybe don't have quite that level of creative force. You know, particularly with teams who, on paper, are probably playing out for second place.
Yeah. So I think, someone with his quality, and there's some easy teams in that group, as we said before, that he should have some chances to link up, especially with teammate Aleksey Miranchuk up front. Two players that kind of similar, that have similar qualities and seem to like they'll work well linking together.
Yeah.
So I think he's got a real chance to make some sort of a splash, and maybe then post tournament look to move elsewhere outside of
well, that's the
his
thing.
team.
It's a huge opportunity, isn't it? I mean, if you become sort of the global star from just the fact that it's your host nation who are hosting the tournament, and that can really propel him into the limelight, and maybe even get picked up by one of Europe's elite.
And it just puts your face everywhere, and you're the star of the host
poster
nation,
boy.
The darling of the tournament.
Yeah.
So, good chance for him to shine.
So now we come on to Trezeguet, who is named after someone I'm sure you'll know, but it's because he looks like him. Is that true?
Yeah, it looks like David Trezeguet, but doesn't play like him. Mm-hmm. He's not a striker, more of a left wing player. Scored a bunch of goals in Turkey this season, mm-hmm. And looks like he'll be starting in Russia. He's a really all round type player. Likes to go play wide, really wide, dribble. Standard type of wing player. Yeah,
but he's got a bit of pace as well. On FM, we've got him rated as 15 for acceleration, 14 for pace. So he's got that turn of speed that could potentially play in his teammates and unlock some defences in the group. And as well, like I say, he's quite technically able. And I think his goal record, I mean, from the flank in Turkey,
quite impressive.
Is pretty good going. I think he was averaging almost a goal every other game, which from the wings is good no matter what league you play in. So the next player we're going to take a look at is Fahad Al-Muwallad, who is someone I think has all the hallmarks of an impact sub. You know, he's a pure pace merchant. I mean, in Football Manager we've got him rated as an 18 for acceleration and 19 for pace. So he can really use that, hopefully, for his team to create chances and get behind the defence inside the last 20 minutes when maybe a few defenders are feeling a bit tired.
Yeah, so he came off the bench a lot in qualifying for the World Cup, a lot of 20, 30-minute cameos, and I think that'll be his type of role. He'll come off the bench, press opposition defences high up the pitch as he can, especially if they're behind, and then look to stretch them on the counter, push them wide and create space for other players. So he could be important in that role, especially because they'll likely be behind at some point against someone in that group.
Yeah, true. And I mean, he could actually become quite a big goal threat for him because his goal record at international levels is pretty good for someone who plays out on the wing. And also, I mean, something that I think potentially gives him the edge over some of his teammates is the fact that he's currently, he had a season in Europe. So he's coming off the back of that. He's played in one of the top European leagues, as it were. So hopefully that extra experience that he's got over the last 12 months could potentially carry him through to help his team out in the big tournament.
And they'll need something as well.
Yeah, I think on paper they're probably the team that you're looking at and going, they're in trouble. But that's the beauty of international football. You never know what's going to happen.
It's 3 games and all you need is a couple of goals and
there you go. He could be a hero.
Yes.
So when we were talking about Golovin earlier, you mentioned Aleksey Miranchuk, and he's someone that, you said that he could be another player who could be pretty pivotal for the host nation. And I think if you look at him, he's someone who I think his natural role is probably playing in attacking midfield, but all the inclinations and the rumours are that he's actually going to play up front. And I mean, why not? His goal record is pretty impressive. But I think he's got the close control, and he's got 16 for first touch, which is always important when you're playing in the final third. He's got 12 for finishing, so he can find the back of the net when required. But I think he's probably the sort of player who's going to look to bring other players in around him, isn't he?
Yeah, so I think moving him forward, he'll try and be a fulcrum point of the attack.
Yeah.
Look to bring some of the other attackers into the game and midfielders. Golovin driving from deep in midfield and up forward. He'll be that. Probably try and look to be that link man, but at the same time, he's 6 foot tall, can dribble, and he's got that mercurial aspect to his game where he can wiggle out of tight situations, create openings for himself, and can create goal scoring opportunities for himself out of nothing at times. Scored some fabulous goals at club level and led his team to the league title. So yeah, he's one player that in a lot of these group games are probably going to be pretty tight between the teams battling it out for second place.
Definitely.
So a player like him that can create those magic moments and create for himself could be really important.
Absolutely. I mean, they're probably on paper playing for second place. There's 3 teams in that group playing for second place, you'd think. And I think, like you said, someone who can create that magic moment from nothing is always going to be highly sought after.
Always keeps you in the game.
Exactly. And I think it's a great chance for him as well. I mean, obviously, given his performances at club level, there's a chance that he could potentially post-tournament engineer a move to one of the bigger clubs in Europe if he does impress.
There is a chance. There's always a chance. Whoever stars at the tournament always has a chance to move somewhere in the big leagues.
And that's what it's all about. But that's it for today's preview. That's Group A done. Hopefully they'll live up to the billing that we've laid on for them. And don't forget, if you fancy managing any of these players in your own team, then Football Manager is available on sale for up to 66% off. And so it's perfect time. Football's on the telly, and get yourself your laptop out and sit there playing FM. And don't forget to check out Football Manager's Instagram next week as well, where we'll be giving away pretty regular competition prizes, so you have plenty of chances to win. And don't forget to join us tomorrow at 3 PM UK time, where we'll be running down groups B and C. It's going to be a double bill tomorrow, so join us for that.